Do you have any view on Elon's intent in how it aligns with and perhaps is different from that of President Trump?
I have two educated guesses on this. There's one that I think is sort of more superficial, which is everything that we have seen from the way Elon Musk runs his companies, from the way he took over Twitter and turned it into X, that entire playbook now playing out within the federal government. He really does believe in stripping out cost. He believes in moving as quickly as possible. He fired
people at Twitter like immediately. Large numbers. Everyone said it was going to break. Turned out it was fine, but nonetheless,
relatively fine. You tell me if you think that's a better user experience than it used to be. We could debate about that.
We certainly can.
Sure, the company
but
still
it didn't
exists.
fall apart. The point
didn't fall apart.
Yeah.
So fundamentally, I think that he thinks that he is taking that sort of Silicon Valley Elon Musk playbook, applying it to the federal government. He thinks he genuinely thinks, and his intention is to do exactly what he says: root out fraud, cut cost, eliminate waste, strip the federal workforce down exponentially, right? Sort of just take this thing down to the studs, automate it. That is certainly one piece of the intent. I think the other sort of deeper and maybe more pernicious and interesting question to ask about Musk's intent, and this is something I've thought a lot about, is that he has absolutely taken this very hard right turn, right? He has adopted what I would describe as, extremist far-right political views. I mean, we see it on his X account on a daily basis. And so I do think that when we talk about intent, I think it would be superficial of me to just say, well, he wants to strip the government to the studs and automate everything. Because I do think there is this ideological underpinning to all of this where it seems like he really does want to see the United States and the world take a harder right turn with regards to things like diversity, all of his comments on DEI, with regards to transgender rights. That sort of permeates so much of what he says publicly. And I would be surprised if we didn't see that play out through DOGE's efforts and Musk's efforts in the government.
A lot of people, I am not one of them, believe that Trump and Musk, two huge egos, aren't going to be able to get along for very long. Talk a little bit about the relationship as you have seen it between these two men that are spending an awful lot of time together.
Elon Musk's children, his son, have been photographed now several times with the president. They are one big happy family on Air Force One, from what we can tell. Everything I have seen, everything we know, they get along great. Trump seems to really like the guy. I can't say the same for people in Trump's inner circle, from everyone we have talked to in and around the administration.
Well, sure, because he's pushing him aside to a degree, right?
That same fondness is not shared. But I think that Trump sees in Musk someone, one, with a very large checkbook and a willingness to write many, many checks and sort of bankroll Trump and the GOP indefinitely.
Not to mention a megaphone.
Of course, absolutely. And a megaphone, on social media. From everything we can tell, he seems to think that Musk is a really smart, interesting guy.
So there's no reason to believe, and you're someone that's covering this very, very closely, that this relationship isn't for the duration.
I would predict as of now that we see this continue indefinitely. I see no road to this relationship ending. It seems like things are going very well for the two of them interpersonally.